Hi, I'm heading down to the 2016 Smokeout. For this video, it's going to be a bunch of walk-arounds for a bunch of the choppers that I see there that I think are cool. So enjoy. If you don't love motorcycles, you should probably stop watching now. Here I am on the 150-mile ride to Rockingham. It was fun to get the shovelhead out of the local area so I could spin her up a little bit, but not go too far to where I was constantly paranoid about breakdowns. So I had her up to 80, 90 miles an hour. In this section, I'm going to do a little ride around of the Smokeout grounds, and clipped in at the location where I found them is the bikes that I thought were cool at the show. This part was pretty challenging, riding the jockey shift bike with a GoPro in my hand, going through all these crowds. First bike I came to is this little Panhead. It's a pretty awesome little bike. It's not much to say about it. It's just pretty cool. It's got a 39mm narrow glide wishbone frame. I like the parallel upswept cocktail shaker exhaust. It's a dope bike. I basically just filmed this Sportster because I like those handlebars and I like those mag wheels that are black. I usually don't like Ironhead choppers that much, but this one kind of did it for me. I like the narrow springer. It worked good with the same width on that square headlight. Doing this kind of stuff is where the Baker N1 shift drum is really handy because you can pop back and forth between 1 and neutral really easy. Up here on the left is where all the professional builders kind of camp out every year for the Smokeout. And I'll take a second to go through some of their bikes. They had a lot of really good bikes in this section. I dig this exhaust that goes that high-low fishtail tips. It's awesome. It's a nice little shovel head there. That's the same bike from the front. And right next to it, another really great shovel head. This bike really did it for me. I love that high 2-in-1 exhaust with like a sport type muffler. I'm not really familiar with that. I think it might be a Bassani maybe, but the pegs, mid-control pegs coming through the open belt drive, and a S&S 93-inch shovel motor. I think this thing would probably rip. I like the narrow tank. I like those risers with the split top clamp. Everything about that bike is awesome. I got really into this bike too, this Panhead. It's got some awesome details on it. This is the other side. It's got a really classy looking shifting linkage and hand shifter. So it looks like a single piece of forged steel or something like that. And then I think they used a brake pedal for the shifting linkage. And I don't know how they did that, but it's awesome. This bike is just a nice classic looking stock 4-speed frame, not hardtailed or anything, but that would be a kind of bike that you could ride around on. It'd be really fun to have. This Knuckle is one of my favorite bikes from the show. The tank is awesome. It's got an awesome paint job on the tank. The exhaust is absolutely insane, running through the back and then coming and spiraling around on the right hand side, as you can see there. It's got a really high-end finish on it too. Like, the seat is really well done. I'm highlighting the paint on that tank there, and then the exhaust and the seat. Really, really professionally done bike. Here's a shitload of baggers and stock bikes on the left. Gotta film a stock-ish knucklehead. If I had this bike, I'd feel guilty about riding it though. Probably should be in a museum or something. I don't know. That's a good thing about shovel heads. You don't have to feel guilty. That's where the bike show was. There's a bunch of really awesome bikes in this. I just kind of highlighted my favorites. This Triumph was one of the few Triumphs that I really like. I like that tight little double headlamp, and it had some cool molding on the frame that just made it look real slick, and had the flow down really good for the whole bike. I've been getting really into Invader wheels recently, so I really like this bike. Lowbrow Customs has some Invaders that I checked out at the show. They're pretty pricey. I think they're like $900 for a set, but I don't know, they're pretty dope. This bike I get into more detail later. This was my favorite bike of the entire show. I guess it won the amateur chop-off or something like that, but this bike is awesome. Met the guy who built it too. He seemed like a real cool guy. He said he drives it 70 miles to work every day. At the end of the video, I've got like another 4 minutes of just walking around this bike. I really like slab side shovels, so I had to throw this one in there. Here's a little burnout. It's pretty cool. I think I've filmed that bike on the last two videos too. I think that bike's been at the Smokeout for the last 2 years. I've seen it. I like these handlebars that bend down like that. Single piece with a riser in the bar. I always like those. It's just a nice little narrow shovel head. That's one I saw up in the normal parking area. Here's a cool pan head. It's pretty much just a stripped down bobber type platform with the peanut tank and the wishbone, stock looking wishbone frame. It's pretty dope. It's got the tin primary cover. It's bagger, 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 bagger. That's the look of disgust. So I'm driving a bagger to a chopper show. Bagger, bagger. Bagger, 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 bagger. Bagger. Bagger, bagger, bagger. This bike, Grandpa checked out and absolutely went wild for. He was saying that this is exactly what they would ride in the 70s when they didn't have enough money to do a chopper. They just strut it and start taking shit off. He said, he was like, I love everything right down to the bald tires. So that's a pretty authentic bike. The dude who owns it was like maybe 24 years old, and I think he got it in that shape. I don't think he put it together. And that's the entire grounds of the Smokeout. All right, this is that additional walk around of the, in my opinion, best bike in the show. It's got a Baker 6-4 transmission and a 93-inch shovel head stroker. The handlebar clamp is for the two-piece handlebars. That riser, I don't think you can get them raised up like that, so I think he added some height to that riser. And the whole front end is real classy. It's a 35 millimeter narrow glide, extended 2 inches. High exhaust is awesome. Seats Hafley Brothers, just like my seat. He redid the bottom of the frame to have the angle that goes up to the axle plate be a little bit more gradual, because a lot of that aftermarket hardtailing services do a more aggressive angle, like the Hafley Brothers comes from them with a more aggressive angle. There's number 33 looking awesome, and Grandpa's knucklehead that he rode 1,500 miles down from Minnesota. Grandpa's the real deal for sure. I hung out with him most of the day. He's got awesome stories from the 8 stampedes that he's raced, and tell me this one about how he, there's the man himself. But anyways, he was telling me the story about how he was running down the road at about 80 miles an hour, and his riser bolt sheared, so his handlebars became basically detached from his top triple tree, and he just kind of downshifted or let the engine stall or something and coasted off to the side of the road and got under control. But that's a real no shitter there. Pretty amazing that he even survived. And that's the smokeout coverage. So hopefully you liked it. If you still watched to the end of it, you probably got the motorcycle sickness like I do. So what up? And watch the other videos. See ya. That's right. Laces, open primary, can't kill a rooster.